Welcome to Study Session 6, Information Need. Introduction. The previous study session focused on the concepts and categories of information users. It is pertinent for you to note that before an individual can actually use information, there must be a need for such information. Information need is very critical to information utilization. An individual that seeks, obtains, and uses information that is not needed has succeeded in wasting useful time that can be used in other fruitful endeavors. The information needs of individuals differ based on so many factors like age, gender, occupation, and the likes. Regardless of this, there are still some types of information that are needed by almost everybody because they deal with our everyday information needs. This lecture therefore presents the concepts of information need. Learning outcome. At the end of the study session, you should be able to define the concepts of information needs. Concepts of information needs. Information need is a factual situation in which there exists an inseparable interconnection between information and need. Information is created because there is a need for it. Information need and information purpose look synonymous, but they are actually not. Information purpose refers to the reason behind the need for information. For example, an individual who is planning a wedding program requires information about reception venues available in town and the cost of renting the venues in order to secure the best place. The information purpose in this example is that a wedding reception wants to take place. The information needs is that in order to fulfill the purpose of having a wedding reception, there is need for a reception hall. Thus, it is right to say information need is a relationship which exists between information and information purpose. The presence of a purpose for the use of information leads us to conclude that it is needed. This presence is what might be called an information purpose, which is necessary condition for information need. There are two necessary conditions of information needs. The presence of an information purpose. The information in question contributes to the achievement of the purpose. Information need therefore arises when an individual senses a problematic situation or information gap in which his or her internal knowledge and beliefs and model of the environment fail to suggest a path towards the satisfaction of his or her goals. Such an identified information need may lead to information seeking and the formulation of requests for information. Perhaps the most important information need is information that will enable the individual to solve uncertainties and problems, or that will help in decision making. Information need of users may be categorized according to the purpose and perhaps the nature of the user. The purpose of information and its usefulness to the solution of a task at hand may lead to its demand and use. The factors that lead to information demand and use are research, job performance, examination, recreation, problem solving, awareness, education. Research. This could really create the need for information. A final year student, for instance, that has a task of completing his final year project surely cannot write the whole project without doing research. That reveals an information gap that must be filled. Such a student is expected to visit the university library to seek the information resources that might be of help. Equally, electronic databases will also be used to retrieve current and up-to-date information. This is very important because without adequate and useful information, the research might not be completed. Job performance. The nature of the job that a person does and the need to excel at it could create an information need. A librarian who wants to perform exceedingly well must know what he will need to do for that aspiration to come to necessity. That has created a need for information. He may decide to ask senior colleagues, consult books on career success, or simply search for information on the internet. The librarian may even want to get more degrees in order to be more qualified and excel. Examination. The date for examination is the beginning of wisdom for majority of students. Some students do not read until they see the timetable for examination. Such students, examination brings along with it an information need, arising from the fact that they need to get someone to take them tutorials. They need to make photocopies of notes and also schedule time to visit the library to read. For some other students, the thought that they have an examination to do makes them to get all the tools that will be needed. Textbooks, past questions, writing materials will be bought in preparation for the examination. Leisure and recreation. The need for relaxation and recreation at times creates this need that requires knowing the right relaxation spots and also the kind of recreation to engage in. Some individuals, because of the need for leisure and recreation, they visit the internet to search for cool spots around the world where they can spend their vacation and holiday, while some people register in recreational clubs. Problem solving. People face all kinds of problems in this society. These problems vary from one person to another. The problem may be on ill health, unemployment, divorce, death, and the likes. An individual who is sick, in order to get solution to the problem, will need an information on where his health challenges can be solved. The information may require the need to inquire about a specialist who has the knowledge about the medical condition. Education. Information helps people to understand the need for sound and qualitative education. A mother who wants to enroll the son into a good school will have to consider the location of the school, the founder, and the quality of teachers available, availability of laboratory and libraries, and so other infrastructure. She would have to take the pains of getting to know all this because of the need she has. Awareness. People demand information to keep abreast of developments in both the society and the profession. Youths want to keep abreast of happenings in the entertainment world. Scholars need to keep tab on developments in their fields and study, and journalists need information about happenings in the political areas. Awareness of one's environment demands that one has constant information available to them, regardless of the facts that lead to information, demand and use, and an average citizen needs information about things that are common to us as humans. This has been rightly described as everyday information. Okwalagwe 1993 categorized the everyday information needs of individuals no matter where they reside, be it rural or urban communities, into 19 and different categories. These categories revolve around the daily concerns of individuals, ranging from personal issues to issues that border on the society but which can impact individuals adversely if contained. Summary for study session 6. This session describes the concept of information and it is different from the information purpose. Information need has been described as the relationship which exists between information and the information purpose. The facts that lead to information demands and use were also discussed. This study session ended with the different information needs that an average citizen has. These include housing, employment, health, transportation, recreation and culture, legal issues, crime and safety, and so on. End of study session 6. Thanks for listening.